So today I'm gonna show you how to make these reverse solos and performances. So I have my tune which I'm trying to finish, and the way I'm finishing this song is just by trying out a ton of different techniques, and today it's going to be reverse soloing. So the first thing I do is that I mark which part I want to play around with. I want to play around with the whole song, so what I do is that I insert a MIDI track, and then I mark the whole song kind of, and I insert empty MIDI clips. I'm not going to use this MIDI, but this is the placeholder, because with this I can see with which part I'm working. But this will make sense later, so I'm just gonna call this placeholder. I'm gonna export the selection I have made here by simply going to export audio video. I'm gonna export, wait until it's done exporting. So I clicked on my placeholder, which means that this is the selection which is going to be exported. So we have exported from this part to this part. And the next step is that we make a new project. We save this and we make a new project. And we will also notice that the project that we are working on is in 120. So we set our tempo, which is the same already. And then the next step is to import our export. And I saved it right here, so it's like the piano 220 reversed. So I will just put it here. I will make sure that we are not using warp, because warp is just gonna mess everything up. So make sure that you're not using warp. So the next step is that we're gonna reverse this piano 120 reversed. So we right click and press reverse clips. We could also just press R, and now it's gonna sound creepy. The next step is to play on top of this reverse track, and one really important trick is to listen to it a couple of times to get a feeling of what happens. But now we can start to play solo or sing or play saxophone or whatever, and I will do that now. But let's try some piano as well. So now we have some guitar and some piano. Let's finalize it. So I will go and freeze both tracks. And the reason why I freeze them is that I want to freeze the guitar amplifier that I used, and I want to make the MIDI into audio. So if it was just pure vocal and you don't want any effects, then you don't need to do this step. And I make 2 empty audio tracks, and I drag and drop. I copy the freezed audio onto these tracks. So now it's pure audio. So the next step is extremely important. I need to consolidate each of the tracks into the exact same length as the main track, the piano, the one that we exported. So I just mark, and then I go like this to the beginning. And this is a extremely important step, because if we don't align these, then the reverse will not really fit together. So maybe don't do it as fast as I did there, but really make sure to do it correct. More like this. So I mark it from the beginning to the end of this length. I right click and I press Consolidate or Command J. And then we just do it one more time with the piano track. Command J. Consolidate. And now we're ready for the magic reveal. So what I do is that I select all 3 clips and I press reverse. So now we are reversing the piano that we just played, the guitar, and we are reversing the piano song. So now it's not reversed any longer. And I'm excited to listen. So first let's listen to the guitar. I will say that it sounds really awesome when I bend. But I guess I also really like the feeling that it's just like outer-worldly. But for just this purpose, I think I play way too much because this takes all the attention. But I think it's really exciting and I want to play around with this some more. Especially with this song, which I think is like a bit, yeah, weird. Okay, I want to listen to where I played the chords in the beginning, which is now in the end, because we reversed it. I think this sounds awesome. Let's listen to the piano. I really think the piano has some potential, also as it is now. I think I will do a take more where I don't play as much with the sustain pedal, because I can now hear that when playing with the sustain pedal, it doesn't really fit over the next chord. But I really like when I maybe do a bit much actually, because then it just creates these textures. I want to hear the beginning, which is not the outro. This is definitely going to be a part of this song, somehow. So the next step is to import it into the original project. What I do is that I just right click and press Show in Finder. And now we have like this lapse freeze. And now I can just drag and drop it into my original project. I will save this in the same folder. But let's load the original project and import it. So I will just make 2 empty audio tracks. Then I go to Samples, Processed, Reversed, and I choose these 2 files. And I simply just drag them in. If this is complicated, then you can also just go and export them as audio tracks and import them. But now you see that I have my placeholder, and that just means that these audio files should be exactly as long, and they should be if we did everything correctly. And now they should be in the exact same place, because then it fits with the rest of the music. And then we can just do some panning out and listen to some craziness. It's craziness, but I think it's really awesome. And you can go ahead and do basically everything. You don't have to play solo, you can sing a choir backwards and then reverse it. And you can play around with sax. You can do everything. So it's all about trying it out and figure out how it works for you. Just because you don't think this sounds awesome in this example, then it's not an excuse for not trying it out yourself. You need to go ahead and do something new. So if you haven't done this before, then go ahead and play around with it. If you like this video, then please hit the thumbs up and consider to subscribe to my channel. It would truly make me happy. Enjoy.